No matter what's happened in your life, I want you to understand that you have the power to crawl out of the hole and find yourself again and find that happiness that you are constantly searching for. Welcome everyone to episode 2 in Meant to Thrive. I am so excited for today's topic because I am going to tell you the secret to happiness. And it is something that honestly I have searched for in the past, because in the past I would constantly find myself looking for happiness and kind of chasing that happiness. And today I'm just excited to share with you all that I've learned and all the people that I've talked to. I actually asked a large group of people what they think the secret to happiness is. And I asked this to people at a health club. So a lot of happy people in a health club. I went around asking, I took notes, and I put them all together in the most frequently said answers of the secret to happiness. So excited to share. And if you're new here, I'm Marissa Johnson. I'm a certified life and business coach, and I'm so excited to help you find happiness after the heartache. So let's jump right in. In no particular order, a common answer that was given to me was being true to who you are. It's interesting how long it takes a lot of us to find ourselves, right? And finding out who we really are inside. You know, as we're growing up and we're going through those adolescent years and then soon into adulthood, and then you start a family and you're married, and all these things are progressively helping you grow and learn and find more and more about yourself. But ultimately, when I was given the answer of being true to who you are, ultimately it just means like live your life. Capital on the your life. You are not living for anyone else. This is your life. You are in charge. In order to be true to who you are, you have to know who you are. So many people are running around on this earth and they're just living for someone else or working for someone else. And that can be super draining and hard. Are you living the life that you are expected to live by your parents or by your spouse? Because if that's the case, I don't really think that you're being true to who you are. If you're wondering how to find out how to be true to who you are, I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. You need to find your life's purpose, and you need to find your life's passion. And when what you're doing in life is completely aligned with your purpose and your passion, you will officially be living true to who you are. You will be living your life. And you're gonna know who you are, you're gonna know what you wanna do, and you're gonna know who you wanna serve. And that is exactly how you will be able to become true to yourself and just be happier. Somebody said along the lines of this, being true to who you are, is to find a system of integrity and live by it. So once again, finding that truth. What is the truth for you? Who do you want to be? Because if you're being who you think somebody thinks that you should be, then that's not gonna help you find any happiness. Another common answer that I was given is loving yourself and caring for you. So a lot of people said, self-care and just love every aspect of who you are. Love your flaws. Love what you stand for. When you love yourself, you will not be comparing yourself to others. When you love yourself in every aspect of your life, you're not gonna be looking at Karen down the street saying like, oh my gosh, her house is so much bigger than mine and she has such a nice car and I wish I lived like that. No, when you love yourself in every aspect of your life and you're grateful for it, you're going to be happier because the grass is not greener on the other side. You're not gonna be looking at so-and-so over there who you think is living that life that you want, because honestly, there's some people that have really nice things and they're not happy. So be at peace with who you are and what you have. And if you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever they have in their life and you're wishing that you had, you will not be happy because you're constantly looking at someone else and wishing that you had their life. You need to find the beauty of your life and the joy in your surroundings. If you truly love yourself, you're not comparing yourself to others. You're also accepting how other people will want to love you. People show love in many different ways. And it's funny because you ever find yourself getting your feelings hurt because maybe somebody ignores you and it starts to jab at your own confidence and you're starting to think, man, I thought that like this was really going to be something they wanted and they didn't want it, and now I just feel really lame inside. And see, when you accept how other people are going to react to you and you just keep doing you and you're confident in you because you love yourself, it's not going to ever hurt your feelings anymore what's happening on the outside. It's only going to help you overcome pretty much everything when you're really fully loving yourself and you're confident in yourself. Accept that you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And if they're not a fan of you, it don't matter because you're a fan of you and you love so much about yourself that if that person over there just thinks that you're just the worst person ever, it doesn't really matter because you know that you're the best person ever. So there you go. So commonly accompanied with the loving yourself is that people said to care for others as well. So I put a bracket for service. When you're in the service of your fellow beings, you're only in the service of your God. And it is 100% true that when you serve someone, it makes you happier. There are so many studies out there proving this point. Have you ever gone and just done something nice for somebody? Gave cookies or a casserole to somebody that just had a baby, or your neighbor down the street, or a thank you note, anything? It makes you feel happy inside. When you serve others and you're caring for others and not just yourself, it is a blissful, blissful feeling. And the reason is because you just feel like you have more purpose. When you're giving to others, you get that warm, fuzzy feeling. And just remember to be present in those moments when you are caring for yourself and caring for others. And whether it's your family or your neighbor, whoever, be present. Recognize how much of a blessing you are to yourself and to the people that you're serving. Next common answer that was given: surrounding yourself with people that love you, care about you, and support you. Think about the people in your life right now. Are they uplifting you or are they dragging you down? It's true, you can have an exhausting surrounding environment, whether that's people or even just looking at your home. Your surroundings should constantly uplift you and make you feel happier, because when you surround yourself with family and friends, quote, not toxic family and friends, but actual family and friends that love you so much and really care about your success, you're going to be happier. And that's because you have an amazing support system. Those that bring out the best in you are going to constantly make you smile. It's true. Those that really care about you when you're going through something really, really hard is going to uplift you. You know that you have that someone to talk to. But if you're surrounding yourself with people that are negative and they're only talking about themselves and their problems and they don't really care about you, you might start to notice that because they're only thinking about themselves and they are energy suckers. And you don't want to be around those people. Cut the ties. Say, hey, I just want to spend a little more time with me. I think it's going to serve me best. Please don't take offense to this. I just want to work on myself a little bit more. No one's going to argue with that, right? You can be the one to care for yourself, stand up for yourself. If you do have people that are surrounding you that are kind of toxic, you can let them down gently. It is okay to take time for you. So analyze your surroundings, the people you surround yourself with, and your environment. If you see that person next to you and they're making you smile, you know you got some awesome surroundings. Family, friends, and just love overall. Another amazing answer we have is perspective, a positive outlook on life. So this one is huge because you have to have a positive outlook on life and always looking to that brighter side, especially when life happens. Fortunately, I feel very blessed. The way that I grew up, I constantly had that bright side outlook on life. Even when horrible things happened or I didn't get my way, I was constantly looking for the bright side. And here is an amazing quote. There is no such thing as failure, only feedback. So if you're in your current circumstances and you feel like you failed at something, if you keep telling yourself that you failed at something and that you're not successful and all these other negative things, that is going to drain you. That is not fun. And if something crazy happened in your life, like with me and my son being born with congenital heart disease and going through all the crap that he had to go through, if I had the negative outlook, things could have been so different. Let me tell you, why would you want to go day to day pounding yourself in your head over the things you can't control? And you just keep telling yourself, oh my gosh, if I had said, I'm never gonna get out of this hospital and I'm just stuck here forever and he's probably not gonna make it, and all of these things that I could have told myself might have happened. Like, it could have happened, but I didn't think that way. I have the bright side. I have that perspective, that outlook on life that's like, hey, this is really tough, but it's gonna be okay and we're gonna make it out of here. I don't know when and I can't control this, but I know we're gonna make it out of here, and I know that I'm gonna get to that other side and he's gonna be home, safe, healthy, and well. We're gonna have good times. I'm gonna show him the world. And you focus on what you want. That perspective has to focus on what you want. If you're focusing on the negative, you're not gonna be happy in life. Appreciate everything that you have in this life and appreciate everything that you don't have. Here's the thing, gratitude is a huge part in perspective. Just being thankful and saying, you know what, I don't have that Mercedes car that I want yet, but one day I'll get it. And I am so grateful for my crappy little beat down car that's constantly causing me problems, because at least I have a car. And you always just have to look on that side of things are maybe not as well as I want them to be, but I'm grateful. Alongside perspective, somebody said, realize that you only have a short time on this earth and you have to maximize every moment of your day, surrounding yourself with those people that love you, and do fun things. And just know that you're only here for a short time. You have to make the most of it. And if you're completely bitter and sulking about your current circumstances, why would you do that? Live every day to the fullest. Tomorrow's a new day. If you had a crappy day today, tomorrow you can make it better, because tomorrow is a fresh start. And you can 100% make the life that you want happen. You can make it happen. You just have to tell yourself, hey, it's time. I'm done. I'm done thinking about the negative. I'm done sulking. I'm done worrying. And find the person that can help you change and overcome these things, because you can and you will. You just have to understand that it's possible. And having that perspective, that's gonna help you find so much happiness. Okay, so those were the bulk topics. Those were the most frequently said answers to what they think the secret to happiness is. There was a few thrown out there that were, random ones. Someone said staying in shape. Another person said humor. Somebody said Jesus, 100%, secret to happiness. You know it, girl. The thing is, everybody might have a different answer, and a lot of people will have some common answers. But the truth is, you have to ask yourself, what makes you happy? Because your secret to happiness could be completely different than someone else that just gave me these answers. So could it be as simple as this? Ask yourself, what makes you happy? What is the one thing that if you were to attain in this life could make all the difference and change your life forever? Perhaps you know what it is. It could go back to what I said at the beginning. When you're finding that purpose in your life and you're aligning it with your passion and you put them two together, that could be your secret to happiness. So now I want to tell you what my answer is to the secret to happiness. Thing of it is, I've been through something crazy traumatic, and it did 100% change my life forever. It's not something I wanted, and it was a painful, painful experience. However, I was able to come out of that experience and find my happiness again, which is why I started this whole thing, Meant to Thrive, right? No matter what's happened in your life, I want you to understand that you have the power to crawl out of the hole and find yourself again and find that happiness that you are constantly searching for. I want to tell you what makes me happy. It's exactly what I'm doing right now. I have aligned my purpose and my passion in life, and I love the fact that I wake up motivated to help and serve you. And because I'm motivated, I'm ecstatic, I'm happy, because I have that purpose and I'm chasing it and I'm working towards it, and I'm making a difference, and that is what makes me happy. It took a lot to get to this point though, because even before I went through that traumatic event with my son, I was constantly chasing happiness. This was me, trying to be the best athlete I could, the best coach I could, trying to be an awesome entrepreneur and trying to fulfill all these aspects of life. And it was like I was constantly trying to chase and climb out of this hole, right? Which is not a fun way to live. Why did I feel that way? It's because I had some limiting beliefs that unless I succeeded and got to that perfection, that I was never going to be satisfied. I totally blame that on me being a competitive athlete. And I think it's probably something that some of my coaches, they constantly tell you hey, you got to get better. You got to have the perfect forehand. I played tennis. You got to have the perfect forehand if you want to win these matches, perfect serve, all these things. And I was chasing that. And I was never satisfied because I have to get to that perfect space. Now, I overcame that limiting belief. This is exactly what I help people do, right? After overcoming the anger, fear, guilt, sadness, and hurt that's built up inside of you over the years, after we remove that, sometimes there's those limiting beliefs that are dug down inside, and you have to pull them out. And you might not be aware, and that's okay. It takes some time. You will soon become aware when you're ready. But I never even knew that was why I wasn't happy. I didn't know I had this limiting belief until I started working on myself and improving. And it is the best feeling to have uncovered what was holding me back. So your secret to happiness, it could be something that you're not really sure of, or maybe you believe something in your life that's you can't attain this because XYZ, and it's holding you down and it's making you feel sad or bummed out, and you're constantly, maybe you're like I was, you're constantly chasing happiness and not really attaining it because you have to let go of some very tough feelings. So in a nutshell, my answer to the secret to happiness is having that constant motivation of wanting to be better and improving yourself, but being satisfied with every step of the process and loving the journey. And that's a hard thing to do, but it is possible, it is attainable. But hey, like I said, that's my secret. That's my secret to happiness. I love being motivated. I love having that purpose and feeling like I'm fulfilling it. That's what gets me going. And yours might be different, and that's okay. I'll tell you one more thing that might help you, and that is to try your best to find that alignment in all aspects of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Find out where you're feeling like you're lacking, in what area of life, and start working towards it. You'll soon start to find more and more doors opening and more opportunities that are going to lead you to that happiness. And if you're feeling stuck and unmotivated and you're just wondering why, and you need that help of figuring out what it is that you're missing, you know what to do. So let me know what you guys think. What is your secret to happiness? I'm excited to hear, and I love that you listened to this. I'm excited to help you. And I hope you got inspired from this. This is something that I was really excited to do. I was excited to see other people and their perspective and what they think. And so super fun. Love to know what your secret to happiness is. And thank you so much for joining me on my Meant to Thrive episode number 2. More to come. If you have any suggestions on what you would like my next episode to be, please message me. Let me know. I'm excited to fulfill your wishes. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next episode.